Hi guys, Dazzie with another episode of my top 20 selling comic books of the week. This time it's episode 196, and tonight I will be discussing the best selling comic books on eBay for the week ending the 12th of August 2022. Now, since coverprice.com came on the scene, they've become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling books. As always guys, let's find out if you can beat me. It's not difficult. But before we continue, if I could perhaps ask you for a subscription, a like, a share, a comment, ding that bell for notifications. It all really helps out my low-grade productions. Okay, starting in at number 20 on our list is a Marvel book, and it's a big boy book from 2011. Probably the biggest modern day book out there at the moment. There's been a long-standing rumour that the MCU has already cast its Miles Morales, believe it or not. And that goes all the way back to 2020. Now, of course, we're getting into the Spider-Verse Part 2. But if he is coming to the MCU, and I think it's just a matter of time when, it was alluded to in the last Spider-Man movie by none other than Electro. This book is going to keep going and going and going. Maybe it's to do with the latest C2E2 news. We'll get to that in a little while. But number 20 on our list, guys, is, of course, Ultimate Fallout issue number 4. The first appearance of Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. In this issue as well, Reed Richards becomes the Maker. A turning point where an evil Richards explains his new philosophy of the world to the children of tomorrow. I keep talking about that, guys, because I read that could be a future Fantastic Four MCU storyline. This book sold 21 copies this time around, giving it a 7-day trend plus 92%. With a high sale, CGC 9.8 going for a whopping $3,840. Now, keep in mind that this was a heritage sale that sold for a premium. Typical 9.8s on average are going for around about $2,600. I paid £13.90 for my best copy in early March, treating myself as a birthday present. And then, of course, guys, you know the score. I found a second copy for just £1 in a kind of antique store in Bristol last year. £1. Woo! Okay, number 19 on our list. There's going to be a bit of independent stuff coming your way now. And I made a hot comic book alert about this one recently. Now, the standard cover was number 1 for a few weeks, but it has dropped. Number 19 on our list is a book I want to get, but I'm not paying eBay prices. From Image Comics, we are talking 8 Billion Genies, issue number 1. A book that has just come out, guys. It has been optioned, of course, and the premise is basically everybody on the planet is granted one wish. What would yours be? Hard to say, isn't it? But I like the premise of it. This book sold 22 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 96% with a high sale. CGC 9.8 going for $159.50. I'll find one eventually in a charity shop. Yeah, when you put yourself out there enough, guys, that's my motto. If you hunt enough, eventually you will find some gold. Number 18 on our list is another book from Image Comics, this time from the year 2015. And the other night, it was very late, I started to watch Paper Girls, but it was so late, I didn't get very far into it at all. But it's had pretty good reviews. And this book, I think, has still a bit of legs on it. I think there may be a season 2 as well, because it's on Amazon, isn't it? And that is Paper Girls, issue number 1. Basically, a group of girls get caught between two factions of time travelers at war with one another. This book sold 34 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 104% with a high sale. CGC 9.8 going for $116.95. I paid £3 for this copy, and I'm glad I did. That was in early 2019. I remember being in Forbidden Planet. They were in grab bags galore. It's basically 50p an issue. And I said, no, I've already got one. Wow. Yeah. Wise move. Not. Okay, number 17 on our list. Just spoke about the premiere issue to 8 Billion Genies. All the early issues have been going crazy. Number 17 on our list is 8 Billion Genies. This time it is issue number 3. And I know a lot of you guys in the community have cashed in and made a nice profit on that, and congratulations to you. If books get options, though, I tend to hold on to them. I don't know why, I just like to do it. Cost myself a few quid. The third issue, though, tracked 23 copies sold, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 105%, with a high sale near mint plus raw copy going for $42. On average now, though, they're settling in it around about 26. Okay, this next book's a cracker, and it comes from 1984. And this book has always gone for a pretty hefty sum. Now, of course, we've had news of the Phase 6 film, Secret Wars, and people are going crazy for the run of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. And number 16 on our list is issue number 8, the origin of the black symbiote costume that becomes Venom. It's also the second appearance of Spider-Woman Julia Carpenter, who I think we will see in the MCU. I have her first appearance in issue 7. Now, Spider-Man's new black costume is explained as an alien costume. Now, the black costume first appeared with Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man issue 252, a book I own. Marvel Team Up 141 and Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 90. I need to get both of those. And they were all published in May of 1984, 7 months before the release of Secret Wars 8 in December. However, in Marvel's continuity, and this is the important thing, the events in this issue take place before the other issues I mentioned. Great book. This book sold 25 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 95%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for a whopping $840. I paid not a penny. Now, I won this one in a fantastic YouTube competition from that great YouTuber Joker68 from across the pond, and that was in November of 2018. I've yet to see a better price package than what I won that day. Key after key. I even won the first the signature of the Punisher actor, first a signature of Linda Carter, you name it, it was in that great win. Okay, number 15 on our list is a recent release from Marvel, and this comes from Alexander Lozano, and an imposing and intimidating Iron Man. It's a gorgeous cover. Number 15 on our list is Iron Man issue 22. And like I said, the Alexander Lozano cover. Hope you can make that one out, guys. Can't imagine too many of us would have picked that one up. But if I was a cover buyer, I'd be all over that. But I just haven't got the room now. I'm running out of space, concentrating on selling more than buying, believe it or not. This book has sold 23 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 121%, with a high sale raw copy going for a nice steady $12. Not bad for a recent release. And number 14 on our list, the recent Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse merchandise leaked revealed a web shooting guitar Spider-Punk mask, effectively confirming that in the Spider-Verse sequel will feature Hobie Brown's Spider-Punk, and his first appearance comes from 2014 Amazing Spider-Man issue number 10. Yeah, first appearance of the Spider-Punk, aka Arachnic Spider-Man, Hobart Hobie Brown. It's a Spider-Verse tie-in, and this book sold 19 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 100%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $343.51. I picked this one up, believe it or not, in January of this year for just £1.44. Delighted with that. Nice Olivier Coipel cover, and that was number 14 on our list. Moving on, number 13 on our list, going back to Secret Wars. This is I have most of the run. This is the issue I need to get hold of. Number 13 on our list is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars issue number 1 from 1984. We all know the cover, guys. I think I saw this at a recent con for about 30 or 40. If it's not a key though, well, a key, when I say key, I mean a first appearance. That's what I like to spend my money on personally. I passed on it. But I hope to complete that entire run at some point. I like picking them up cheap. I picked up most of that run for about £1. This book, though, sold 27 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 105% with a high sale CGC 9.8, going for $910. Number 12 on our list from 1992. Yeah, we're slowly getting introduced into that spookier side of the MCU. And I've just watched the Werewolf by Night Halloween special trailer. I enjoyed what I saw. I saw the Secret Invasion trailer as well. Well, I wasn't so taken by that one. But when you're talking of the spooky side of things, there is a roster, and that is the Midnight Suns. Number 12 on our list is Ghost Rider issue 28 from 1992. The first cameo appearance of the 9, aka the Midnight Suns team. Ghost Rider, and that one is Danny Ketch, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, the Living Vampire, Blade, Hannibal King, Frank Drake, Sam Buchanan, Victoria Montesi, and Louise Hastings. I've got several of those first appearances. It's also the first appearance of the Caretaker, who was in the Ghost Rider, the first Ghost Rider movie and the Hellstrom TV show. First appearance of the second Lilith, who was Kiskilia, and the first appearance of Meat Market, the offspring of Lilith. Keep finding these guys, keep making money off them. This book sold 29 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 120%. High sale CGC 9.8 went for $195. Norman Reedus, I think, is rumoured to be playing Johnny Blaze, if I'm not mistaken. This copy I paid £1.32 for. That's the unpolybagged one. But as you can see, guys, I also have the polybagged version, which I paid £1 for. This book sold, I just told you, didn't I? 29 copies. So it's still going very, very smoothly. I saw the Midnight Suns trailer for a console game. Looked absolutely fantastic. Okay, number 11 on our list. DC book, just released. We're talking an incentive. And they've been putting out some pretty phenomenal ratio covers lately. And this one comes from Seb McKinnon. And it is To Poison Ivy, issue 3. And it's a 1 in 50 incentive. This is our number 11 on our list this time around, guys. That is a killer cover, if ever there was one. Wow, beautiful, beautiful book. I've yet still, though, to find anything that rivals Joshua Middleton's Batgirl 23, which I own. This book sold 13 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 158% with a high sale raw copy, going for $123. Though, on average now, they've dropped to around about $88. Okay, not my worst ever start. Let's see where I go for the second half as we enter the big top 10. Well, we're starting off with a book from Dark Horse, and it comes from 2012. Yeah, another book that's been optioned. As part of the Dark Horse and Netflix deal, the community will tentatively see a TV series based on this IP that sports a truly conspiratorial tone. Yeah, Netflix has had a rough track record of late on the consumer relations side, but that hasn't stopped fan interest. Number 10 on our list, Mind, MGMT, issue number 1, guys. I've been looking for this one because I like my indie books that have been optioned. No joy as yet. Not a big fan of that cover, though. Seen much, much better work, personally. That book sold 10 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 266% with a high sale CGC 9.8, going for a very nice $250. Raws on average now. Wow, $48. Okay, number 9 on our list. Nice book from 2017. And of all the most recent Star Wars movies, my favourite has to be Rogue One. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the sequel trilogy at all. Particularly Last Jedi was an abomination. Enjoyed Solo, but really thoroughly enjoyed Rogue One. And now we are getting that spin-off series called Andor. And looking at the trailer, the budget went into that and not Obi-Wan. Oh my days. I think they built an entire city, I was reading. It looks amazing. Number 9 on our list, you probably guessed it, Star Wars Rogue One, the adaptation. Yeah, issue number 1. First appearance of Cassian Andor in a comic book. This is the regular Phil Noto cover. There were loads of these different variants out there. This book tracked 27 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 116%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $175. Raws on average now 27. I've made some good coin. I think I've sold a couple around about the £20 range. Yeah, great book. I paid £7.48 for this copy. Middle of 2020 on eBay. Found one or two others in the wild. And number 8 on our list, Marvel, the year 2004. There have been some strong rumours that the community may be getting Anya Corazon, aka Spider-Girl, double aka Arana, on the big screen, and that is meant to be coming in the Madam Web movie. The movie is pretty much shrouded in secrecy with very few confirmation leaks or details, and it's hard to grasp whether this is going to come to fruition, but collectors are jumping on board. Number 8 on our list is Amazing Fantasy, issue number 1 from 2004. The first appearance and origin of Arana, Anya Corazon, the Spanish word for spider, who is Puerto Rican and Mexican. It's also the first appearance of Gil Corazon, I think that is her father, and the first appearance of her mother, Sophia. This book sold 17 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 192%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $182.50, and Raws on average now $46. I paid £1 for this at the Birmingham Con. I picked up 3 or 4 that day and I sold them again for good profit. Time will tell with that one. Okay, number 7 on our list, and we're talking another Netflix show, and this is The Sandman. Again, I've got to go back and revisit it. I have watched 1.5 episodes so far. Yeah, not too bad, but I need more action. I need the special effects to be a little bit better. But the community has embraced it. Sandman issues have gone through the roof. And number 7 on our list, guys, is Sandman, issue number 1 from 1988. I had the chance to pick this up for £75 the other day. A bit rich for me. And that was at the Collectomania Con in Birmingham. I'll find one cheaper than that eventually. This book sold 33 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 108%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $1,099. Raws on average now $196. So maybe that £75 wasn't so bad, but I'm confident I can do better. Number 6 on our list, and talking of Netflix and option books, Matt Kint is living large after announcing the Netflix Dark Horse deal, and rightfully so. And 2 of his books got the green light. We see the effects in the aftermarket. This series, featuring a James Bond-esque protagonist, drew fans in and booked them with Kint's patent mystery. Fans are looking forward to seeing this adapted to the big screen, believe it or not. From 2020, we have Bang, issue number 1. And this is the Matt Kint variant. Basically, a sci-fi author's impossibly keen invitation is evident by the highly capable characters created in his books, which may actually hold the key to saving reality or destroying it. And this was optioned way back in 2020, and now it is coming to fruition. This book sold 13 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 289%, with a high sale near mint plus raw going for $24 on average, now around about 18. I bought this the day it came out for £3.35. Forbidden Planet Bristol. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Forbidden Planet. Never deliver the books as good as you hope them to be. And number 5 on our list, we are sticking with Bang, and we are talking the Ashcan, a little pocketbook Ashcan. I have a couple of Ashcans in my collection, but don't have that one. I think I remember seeing that one as well, which is a bit of a pain because it's doing all right now, guys. What numbers did the Ashcan do? Well, it sold 39 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 96%. A CGC 9.8. Yeah, they're out there for Ashcans. Went for $199, and Raws now on average $23. Yeah, very similar in its appearance to the regular cover of Bang. And number 4 on our list, we're sticking with that Sandman, this time from 1989. And the second biggest book probably of that run. Well, it's a tie, I think, between 4 and 8. 4 being Lucifer. 8, the character has been in the Sandman show, and I actually have it, but mine is a beater. Number 4 on our list is Sandman, issue number 8. And look at this, guys. I picked this up, believe it or not, for 60p in like a record shop. And that was way back in 2017. But there's been some sort of rodents had a little gnaw on the front cover. But it's mine. It's a reader. This book sold 36 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 106%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $1,199.95. I'll stick to 60p, thank you. And Raw's on average now $149. Yeah, the first appearance of Death of the Endless. Yeah. And by all accounts, Kirby Howell Baptiste crushed the role of Death, and that's why that is really taken off. And number 3 on our list. Now, you're going to have to bear with me on this one, guys. I've got a lot to read out. Number 3 on our list. This is a book that was limited to 750 copies. Yeah, this book's entry on the top 10 forces a bit of controversy. Yeah, it's been the talk of the comic social community for several days now. There's been a tremendous amount of coverage that is filled with misinformation, pitchforking, and troubling truths. Yes, this one has it all. Keep in mind that everyone has their perspective on things. Due to this, the truth is muddy, as the information presented comes from reported first-hand accounts and a lot of hearsay. There are many sources for you to dig into these various perspectives. Here, we'll try and present you with the fact. The retailer Black Flag Comics produced an as-yet cover stapled, adding additional staples to their pre-existing Clayton Crane Ultimate Fallout 4 facsimile from 2011. Now, CGC recently graded copies of these exclusives days before the convention, allowing it to have a blue label instead of a green qualified. They recently issued a formal statement on their forums with, "We treated them as we would any other variant cover that attached with an extra set of staples." Now, Bleeding Cool has confirmed that Marvel did not, nor do they, approve of this exclusive. They have not yet issued a formal statement, and Black Flag states that these were limited to 750 copies and offered them to buyers at C2E2 on Friday, the 5th of August of 2022 for $85 before the general public, opening on Friday at C2E2. A line of buyers with non-standard general admission passes, i.e. exhibitors, premium, etc., formed before doors opened. There was no limit set on the number of copies that could be purchased, which I find insane. Therefore, several buyers bought numerous copies. Several of these buyers are notable influencers and resellers, and the top confirmed number of copies purchased was 75. Somebody bought 75 copies, though there are rumours of some buying even more than that. Now, that is where the facts ends. It's unknown if this limited run sold out before the initial line finished, leaving many in line without a copy. There were mixed reports of Black Flag repricing the last box of books within hours of opening to reflect the rapidly increasing online sales of the book. Ultimately, the 750 was reportedly sold out by the end of the day. Unconfirmed reports note that it sold out within the first few hours. Others report that copies were available on Saturday at a significant premium. However, that is also unconfirmed. So ultimately, what does this mean for the comic community? Well, there are a lot to unpack here that doesn't fit this little top 10 review. Everything from CGC practices, retailer ethics, and influencer reseller community responsibilities to keyboard pitchforking has been immensely discussed. Wow. Yeah, and on we go. There are some essential ongoing conversations around these issues, with many debating these long debated points that are now hyper-focused on this specific book. The dust still needs time to settle, yet hopefully this will lead the community to a better place with better business. This book, guys, wow, what a mouthful that was. We're talking number 3 on our list. If you got one and made some money, good luck to you. Ultimate Fallout 4, the Clayton Crane C2E2 facsimile in God We Trust variant. What is this all about, guys? Insane. Here's your book. Here's your cover. Oh my days. Ta-da! Yeah, it's all been the talk of the forums and the community, I know that. And I've got to be honest, I was new to a lot of it. I don't buy new books, especially big convention books. What did this one do, though? It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Well, it made the top 10 with 16 copies sold, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 345%, with a high sale raw copy going for $315. Now, since then, there's been a CGC 9.9 out there that sold for $1,800. That's just crazy. Oh, if I got that money, give me a bit of silver. Okay, number 2 on our list is a classic, again from Image Comics. Spawn is back in the spotlight after Todd McFarlane revealed a new Batman Spawn crossover at the San Diego Comic-Con. Not only that, but he also let slip we may get some information on the long-awaited Spawn movie reboot that is coming. And that is going to star Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx also recently spoke about the film, saying he'd seen the suits. So exciting times. You know the book, guys. Number 2 on our list is Spawn, issue number 1. The first appearance of Spawn was Albert Francis Al Simmons. First appearance of Mail Boglia. First appearance of Jason Wynn, Wanda Fitzgerald. First appearance of Sam and Twitch, who've been greenlit for their own live-action Netflix show. Pin Up a Pit in this issue. Second title published by Image Comics. Gorgeous Todd McFarlane artwork. This book sold 57 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 101%. A high sale CGC 9.8 went for $199.95. Raws on average now $56. I paid £1.31 for my minty copy. That was in February of 2018 off the legend that was Car Boot Tony. Sold another mid-grade copy for about 30 quid that I found for about 7 recently. Happy days. And we're finishing number 1 on our list. Spoke about the book from Dark Horse Comics. 2020 is the year, and that is Bang. And we are talking the regular cover that looks just like the Ashcan. This book sold 50 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 185%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $95.95. Yeah, it's meant to be a messed up version of James Bond and Tintin in this issue. So yeah, the main character. Exciting times ahead. Pretty well I've done all right. Let me see. Oh, let me know in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Daz. 50%. I'm happy enough with double figures. Let me know. Bye for now. Whew.